Good morning, my dear students. A very warm welcome to all of you after Term 1 examination. Children, today we are going to start a new chapter. The name of the chapter is Changes Around Us. And the topic which we are going to discuss today is different changes taking place around us. Before that, let us take some examples. Occurrence of day and night. You experience the occurrence of day and night every day. Rusting of iron. Most of you have seen that when iron is left outside for few days, a reddish brown substance gets deposited on it. So that is called rusting of iron. Curdling of milk. When milk is not heated twice or thrice a day, you see that some solid substance is formed in the milk. So that is called curdling of milk. An apple, when it is sliced and kept for few minutes or few hours, you will find that the slice of apple becomes brown. So these are few things which we see around us. We experience these things every day in our life. So children, this chapter is about experiencing different changes around us. Let's see what we are going to learn in this chapter. In this chapter, we are going to learn about different changes taking place around us. We'll also be learning about reversible and irreversible changes, expansion and contraction of substances. We'll also learn in detail about irreversible changes, and also we will see what are the different types of changes which we see around us. So by the time we finish this topic today, you'll be able to define and explain what's change, identify the conditions under which these changes are taking place. The keywords which you will be getting in this chapter is change, different, similarities, permanent and temporary. Here are two pictures. Now we will analyze these two pictures. In the first picture you can see that some people are cutting down the trees. And here you can see a tree which is not been cut, and here a tree which has been cut. Now you can see the difference between the tree which is cut and not cut. That means some type of change has taken place. Something different has happened. Similarly, in the second picture, the burning of candle, you'll find that the last candle's length has become very short. That means as the candle is burning, the length of the candle becomes shorter and shorter. So you can clearly see that something different has happened in this picture also. Now let us understand the concept of change with the help of another example. Here you can see ice is melting. So when ice is kept inside the freezer, it is solid in nature or solid in state, but when it is brought out of the freezer and kept on a table, then the ice begins to melt and becomes liquid water. Now let's take another example. Rice grain. Before cooking, the appearance or the look of rice grain is different. After cooking, the appearance changes. So now we can define what is change. Anything that becomes different from the original one undergoes change. We say that some change has taken place. The difference may be in look, appearance, size, shape, state. It can be different in any way. But if anything different has happened and it does not remain same as the original one, we say that change has taken place. Like look at this. This is a new ring of iron. After it has been used for few days, it experiences some change. Some change takes place. You can see that the appearance of this ring has changed. It has become different. Before it was very shiny. Now in the second picture you can see that the shine has gone away. It got rusted. Yes, so that means some change has taken place. Let's take another example. When paper is burned, it changes into ash. The appearance is very different and also the texture is also very different. Now let's discuss what are the conditions under which these changes take place. Here in the first picture you can see that ice melts and changes into liquid water. Further, if you don't wipe the water, then it will evaporate on its own and it will change into gaseous form. So in this case, what has happened? The state has changed. From solid state, it has changed to liquid, and from liquid, it has changed to gaseous state. Another example. When you take out a can of soft drink from refrigerator and keep it outside, you will find some droplets of water on the outer side of the can. What has happened? A change has taken place. Condensation has taken place. And the change has taken place in the state. Yes. Next example. Again, let us take the example of burning paper. What has happened? It has changed into ash. So in the previous example, we saw that ice melts and becomes liquid. And the liquid again evaporates and becomes gas. Condensation takes place and water vapor changes into liquid. Yes, so in all these changes, what is the factor required? It is the temperature. When the temperature increases, ice melts. Further, when the temperature increases, liquid changes into gas. And when the temperature decreases, gas changes into liquid. In this example also, in burning of paper, due to the increase in temperature, the paper begins to burn and changes into ash. Let us look at this example now. Breaking of stick into small pieces of sticks. Yes, so here also change has taken place. But this time it is not due to temperature. It is due to force, application of force. We apply force and we break the stick. Yes, so here the cause is different. This example which shows making of curd. Yes, so in making of curd, what is done? Milk is boiled and then we add a spoon of curd. This will help to set the curd. So here what have we done? We had added substances. We had added curd. We are mixing two substances. So this also can be a cause of change. So the milk change into curd. Now as we had discussed these changes, we also see here, you can see in the burning of paper that after the paper is burnt, it changes into ash, and then what happens is the change is permanent. We cannot get back the paper again. In this case also we see that after breaking the stick, we cannot join the small pieces of stick again to get a long piece. Even in this example, we see that once milk is converted into curd, it is a permanent change. Yes, now we can classify change into permanent and temporary. Some changes are temporary and some changes are permanent. Now let us discuss few questions. The first question is, cite 5 examples of changes that you see is taking place in nature naturally. What is the first answer which you experience every day? That is occurrence of day and night. Second, change of season. Yes, there is change in season. We experience summer, winter, autumn. Falling of ripe fruits. So when fruits ripe, it falls on its own. That's also a change. Blooming of flower. A change which takes place naturally. Change of weather in a particular day. So that is also an example of change which is taking place naturally. The second question. Change is the law of nature. Change may occur naturally on its own, or some activities may cause the change. How do you know a change has occurred? So we had already discussed this question. We know that change has occurred when the original thing looks different. Like if there is a change in state, ice changes into liquid water. So a change has taken place. Change in color. When you slice an apple and keep it for some time, it becomes brown. So color has changed. So we know that change has taken place. Change in size. Breaking of the stick. Yes. So when stick is broken into smaller pieces, the size changes. Change in shape. Like you blow a balloon and then you burst the balloon. What has happened? The shape has changed. Yes, so we know that some change has taken place. Change in texture and look. Making of curd, milk is converted into curd. So the look, texture completely change. So when these things happens, when you see changes in state, color, size, shape, texture and look, we can be sure that some change has taken place. Okay. So now today's homework, I have given 2 questions. Question number 1, define change. I'm sure that you'll be able to answer. Question number 2, why do change occur? You have to tell the reasons for changes that takes place. Now, let us summarize what we have learned in today's class. Everything around us undergoes change. Some changes in our environment are temporary, while some other changes are relatively permanent. Conditions needed for change are temperature, pressure, force, mixing 2 or more things. Changes that occur may be in shape, size, color, state, even smell, look or appearance. So children, this is all for today's class. Thank you and have a great day.